Hello and welcome, this is Hydronum, and this is the series Let's Achieve! Today I'll be playing Rome Total War 2. I'll be playing this game and attempting to achieve the completion of the main campaign. I'll be going through as Rome and I'll attempt to achieve the Roma Invictus achievement, which is complete the main campaign as Rome. Through it, we're likely to go and gather a handful of other achievements, such as the Civil War achievement and achievements related to money, turns, different combat. I technically have about 150 hours in this game already. Most of that time was pre-2.0. 2.0, for those who haven't been following what's been happening, is the release of the Emperor edition of Rome Total War 2. This game, it released and it was near unplayable. The CJI was completely brain dead, it did not know how to use siege equipment, and it would stand in front of walls and just die. It wouldn't even attempt to do anything. There's still a few of those issues left, but overall the game is actually at a playable state. Many remark that the game has finally left beta. Alright, so we're going to play as Rome. We have a choice of three factions, which is the House of Cornelia, House of Junia, and the House of Julia. These have different people in the past which they're based off the main families of, but we are going to take the House of Julia, +4 to Romanization. However, we'll be upsetting most of the world a bit more if they're not Roman when we take over the lands. Fine by us. And yes, we'll also be able to beat down barbarians a bit better. Campaign settings. Low advisor help. Show the AI play moves limited. Yep. Battle realism. No thank you. Battle time limit 60 minutes. Okay. Game difficulty is normal. And we will begin the campaign now. To get the Roma Invictus achievement, we'll need to control a lot of territory. Most of the achievements will be detailed through the campaign as we go, as I point out different locations and the like. Rome starts at war with a small province to its north, and I believe they're called the Etruscan League. They control lands to the north, as well as the island of north of Sardinia. I can't remember off the top of my head what it's called, as I don't live in Europe and I'm not too familiar with the land there. The start for this game is as Rome is often move your army forward, belt into the cities, and expand. The war with the Etruscan League doesn't usually last too long, and you'll come out on top with a couple of extra cities. Hardest part is getting the island over here, which you're gonna need a few more boats from your initial undertaking. Alright. Our first objective is thus. Completely control 2 provinces, either by direct ownership or through client states and military allies. Alright. The reward will be a bonus to our treasury, which currently sits at 5,000. Alright, we've got food surplus, so we're growing, and it is currently summer. 2,424 income is what we are expected to get next term. Thank you. We have here a spy, runs through authority, cunning, which is usually what the spies use, and zeal. If we head up to the north, we'll find the first Etruscan League army. If we sabotage, they will be unable to move. I believe that's the case. Yes. Sabotage was successful. There are now less people in that group. Now, for those who've never played a Total War game before, you've got two parts to the game. You've got this main campaign map here. You can see the provinces and locations in it. I believe this can scale, this can move a lot further as well. So it's a lot more than just that area there. There is also the combat map. If we attack them here, we enter the battle deployment. We can see here that they cannot reinforce and cannot move and act because they have been sabotaged. You can also see the effects of the commanders. Thank you. And you can see the strength of the units here. On the left we have our group. You can see here the Roman symbol in red with the eagle. We can quick save, but we're not going to. We're going to play through this without the quick saving feature and go battle after battle after battle, accepting losses where they come. Alright, we can... Yep, we will engage these guys. We have a choice between auto-resolving the battle. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to play through the entire campaign, playing every single fight. We also have the battlefield fight. This is what we're going to be doing. We will get into it now. Alright. Weather conditions, raining. Since we have the advantage of ranged units here, we will wait and hope for some more favourable conditions. And dry. Perfect. No adverse effects. We can see directly in front of us the... Thank you. We can see directly in front of us the enemy, and we will now deploy our units. This setup is quite fine for me. I will grab these guys. Wrong button. And... can create a group formation. This means I can move them around all as one group by clicking this button, and I can rotate them like this so that I can have them face whatever direction I like, whereas usually you'd be doing stuff like that, where you can individually select units and manipulate their width and the like. If I now click this and move it around, you can see that the archers are actually out of place. They're not archers, they're in fact spear-throwing militia. So if I move these guys back here, then I can move these guys around. They're not in line properly, but they're close enough. Yeah. Alright. So let's begin this battle. It should be a nice, easy starting battle as we begin the campaign to rule all of the world. One thing that always bugged me about this is that all units immediately start running, which I don't like. I don't like that the default order is that units charge everywhere, tiring themselves out. What campaign general would willingly tire his units out so quickly by having them run everywhere? Alright, since this will take a while, we also have some speeds here. We can increase here. Thank you. And we can watch as these guys move into position. Yep. Slowly, slowly, slowly. They march. You can see all the way at the back we've got the general. And everyone's running again. Alright, there we go. Turn off that run. Alright. They should be approaching their location. They are. It appears the enemy is shifting slightly towards us. They are still outside of our missile range, and our missile range is outside of theirs. You can see by the red line on the screen near the front of the unit that is their cone of fire. That can be influenced by how wide the grouping is and the type of unit they are. Got to remember that it's not those keys that move the map around, it's WASD. Well, WASD. Alright. We can see the unit has remained pretty much stationary, so I will begin to shift these guys around and begin surrounding them. Hopefully I can begin peppering them with missiles, weakening them, before the initial charge of my cavalry to destroy them. Yep, the enemy archers, the enemy skirmishers are advancing. I'm going to move these, turn off skirmish mode, which has them run away from enemy units that come close. Same with these guys. And we will have them fire at will. Have those guys move over to there. You should be firing at them. Alright, and back. Back. Yep, they didn't get away. That's my fault. Alright, as you can see, the enemy has engaged my archers here, and my hastati, which is short swordsmen, have engaged these spearmen. These spearmen are chasing after these levies, and I'm not having the greatest time doing so. If I now have the hastati charge in there, I should be able to quite easily kill them. I wish these guys would go a bit faster. Alright, as you can see, these units here have been defeated. They lost morale and ran. Getting attacked from behind by ranged attacks is often very damaging to morale. And it's also very good for killing things. Alright, if I push these guys back and I bring my general in, I can clean these guys up nice and quickly. These guys have done their job, they're still feeling good and fresh, so I can keep them going for the moment. Good, these guys have avoided standing and fighting these guys by running into them, which is nice. So I'm not going to have them accidentally die by engaging these in hand-to-hand combat. Like most things, there's scissors, paper, rock, so some things counter other things. You've got spearmen, which I'm fighting here, the Italian noble infantry, they're spears. You also have cavalry, which tend to be very strong against skirmishers and light infantry, and you've got swordsmen, which tends to excel at fighting hand-to-hand. There is friendly fire, which is why this unit got torn up so much through there. A lot of the men suffered some spears in their face or in their back or wherever they managed to hit. You can see here that the levy skirmishers have been hit by the cavalry, and the cavalry has not taken any casualties. And once all the enemy units have been routed, that is victory. There are two things you can do on victory, usually, not always. You can continue the battle and mop up stragglers. This is good for destroying armies completely. Or you can just end battle. I tend to like to clean up stragglers, so I will do that. As you can see, there's pretty much no one left of the Italian infantry that were massacred there. So it's just a matter of the cavalry over here beating down on the last of the levy skirmishers. Alright. And that should be that. If for whatever reason the game doesn't end, which it was known for quite a while ago, there may be a straggler enemy or two running out far in the distance that hasn't made it to the edge of the map, noted by this red line here. If it hasn't made it there and you wish to quit, enter and quit battle. If you've already had the victory screen come up, it'll come up with victory. Otherwise, doing that means you can lose that battle because you resign from it. Alright, I can save the battle's replay, or I can end the battle, and I will end the battle. Load times for this game are a bit long, but that's fine. As you can see, I have completely destroyed the army, and now I can choose what to do with the prisoners. Thank you. If you kill the general in a battle, it'll come up with this skull, showing that that general has been killed. These units, if they're destroyed, get the red banner around them. As you can see over here, the white banner means these ones are alive. Health of the unit is how many men are in there, which is, as you can see in this one, is yellow, which means they have lost some men, And these guys are yellow, not yellow, are green, showing that they're still pretty well healed. Alright, I caught 34 enemies. I can murder them, I can release them, or I can enslave them. Enslaving them adds slaves to your economy, which increases the money you gain from some areas of the economy, which can be useful. Most of the time, it just seems to upset most of the population. I don't understand why. Slaves were exceedingly important as a resource during this time period. But if you have too many slaves, you can get slave uprisings, which can very quickly cause a lot of damage. In this case, we've got 32 men. We can release them to be nice, or we can murder them and upset the people. Easy enough. Murder them. The general has increased in rank. You can see here the layout of them. 10 of 20, maximum army size is 20, stats of the general. These affect different things in the battle, different abilities, but they haven't been important yet, so I haven't shown them. Alright, you can see here, this guy is given, and a born leader. He also has a healer in his household, which allows him to improve, and he has a high ambition. He is a liberal person. He gives quite a lot of money to the population that he's in. He is well liked for it. Alright, I enjoy having high authority generals, so I will improve authority here. He still has enough movement that I believe he can stand outside the city gates here. Nope. Can't get close enough because I don't have enough movement. Thank you. Okay. Alright, this agent has also leveled up. Cunning agents are very effective at poisoning and murdering people with poison. Alright. Spy. Excellent. Alright, now comes the next phase, and once I complete this section, I will call that the first episode. Alright, we've got Rome here. You can see when I mouse over Rome, it's got the money first. The 1742 is how much income. Thank you, love. You've also got here I'm not sure what to call that. I don't remember. But it shows that the culture there is Latin. Predominantly Latin. 100% means every single person in the area is of Latin culture. And you've got here the happiness. Happiness is cumulative. You see the 1 here? It increases by 1 every turn. The higher or lower a population's happiness is affects how much money you can extract from the population, as well as the likelihood of uprisings. Alright, as you can see, we've got room to expand here. We've got 5 population to spend, and as you grow, you get more population, which can then be used to improve the size of things. For Rome, we will expand the city. We've already got a field of Mars, which is used for recruitment. We will shift over to a public forum, and we will improve public order in this area. Alright, I can improve a few other things in the area, or I can have a look at my other settlements. Cossentia. Alright, we've got here cities as well. We hold this one here, which is a walled city. All capital city provinces in an area are the ones with the walls around them. All the others do not have walls, and this is important for sieges. Which is a shame, because from what I know of history, which I suppose isn't that much, the city of Syracuse had some of the greatest walls of the time. But it's not really shown here. Alright, you can see here the culture is predominantly Latin, and that's currently decreasing each turn. We also have negative popularity in this area, and very small income from the city, from the town here. So we're going to need to change that. We'll go here to Consenta first, expand the city. We will build something that will, change the Latin culture, which shall be the consecrated ground, which then gets built up into religious buildings over time. Now I can also do some recruiting. I can raise forces, build new armies. I can also hire mercenaries. Thank you, love. Thank you very much. We've got here an admiral with 2 ships. We can recruit some more ships, which I'm going to do now. 3 is the default recruit limit, I believe. As Rome, we get an extra +1, as well as, I believe it was +1 food. Alright, we also have a small army here. We're going to recruit some units here. Ra'ori are low-level spearmen. They do their job, but they cannot be relied on. Although there's some times where I have relied on them and they've come through, it's rare. Hastati pretty much are the basic form of unit you'll be using, and Velites are probably the better unit of range that you'll take. I will take 3 units of Hastati and 1 Velite, and that'll be that turn. I have left 900 in my treasury, and that'll be that. I will hit end turn, and once it's played through, that's right. Also can research technology. Military reforms tends to be the first one I go through, but I'm wondering if I should push for more civil stuff this time. I'll push for military first because it's going to be a long march forward. Alright. I believe that's everything. Alright. End turn. See, Carthage, natural enemy of Rome. Most of the world is the natural enemy of Rome. Okay. Running through a lot of the different groups on the map. Alright, it's been some war and the like done throughout the turn, but for now, I will save, and that will be that. I will see you guys next time.